The president met with the delegation. We do apologize for that technical glitch. Welcome to the weekly roundup news edition of the Lunchtime News. My name is Wadulo Arnold Mark, and this is the bulletin that brings you those stories that made headlines within the week. So without further ado, let's get straight into these insights. In our first story, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni this week endorsed the establishment of a prepaid water meter manufacturing plant in Uganda. The president met with a delegation from the Hekro Electricity PVT Limited, a Zimbabwean company in partnership with Eliason Technology, a Chinese firm specializing in prepaid water metering systems. Let's take a look.
Because that one is a booster to the economy. Because then you stabilize agriculture, you make it stable, and now there are two ways of irrigation. Because we are lucky we have these mountains and then lowland. So you can do one of those. We have already some irrigation schemes. They can show you the videos of the ones which are already there, using a few rivers. But there are many other rivers which can be tapped. I think the one you're talking about is Mount Elgon. Teso is below Mount Elgon.
Yes.
There is a mountain between Kenya and Uganda.
Yes, that's the region.
Where rivers are coming from. Because irrigation does not only stabilize, it also boosts the production.
Yes.
When we irrigate, you find the yield goes up more times than just rain-fed. We have got good rain here.
Yes, sir.
But still it's not a bit unstable sometimes. To take advantage of the gravity from the mountain streams, you just distribute. Or you pump from lowland to high ground, then you distribute. Now, we have a company here making solar-powered water pumps, making them here, whom we gave that work of making the water pumps, to pump the solar, because we didn't want petroleum, diesel. That one is already moving, but this one would handle the gravity.
We have been the largest Indian contractors on the African continent, executing projects in more than 26 countries, but Uganda. We have been attempting to undertake water projects. We in fact had a series of discussions with the Ministry of Water, and then twice we were in discussion with the Ministry of Finance for the Teso water supply scheme project. We were informed by the Ministry of Water to avail a highly concessional finance for the government of Uganda, which we did provide in the month of December in 2023. And since then we've been following up with the Ministry of Water, where certain feasibility studies have to be undertaken, which have actually been concluded but the consultant is not supporting. And we are waiting for the Ministry of Finance to confirm with the bankers, which is Investec Bank, to support them on the financing. It is an entire water supply system where the water is flowing down, and we are supposed to canal it, harness it for irrigation and drinking water supply schemes across the region.
Under a BOT to put up a factory here, to manufacture, to assemble the prepaid water metering system. Yes, and obviously what we'll then be requesting from the government is to allow us to import maybe in the first year or two while you are putting up the factory. It's going to export to the region because there's a demand for that. That's another advantage because we are going to put it as a hub here. We export to Sudan, to Tanzania, to Kenya, the prepaid water meters, because it's now a requirement in the region. We are doing it in Zimbabwe. We started it with the Zinwa on a small note, and the government of Zimbabwe, our president, has directed that we roll it countrywide because we need to harness, it's going to bring efficiency in revenue collection because everything is now prepared, even our lives, everything is now prepared. So we thought we should actually bring the same concept here in Uganda. We started with the electricity meters. Yes, we can put up a factory here through our partners. So for both water and electricity meters, well, that's our area. Prepaid, yes, that's where our technology is. We can put up an electricity manufacturing, prepaid manufacturing plant in this country.
The National Resistance Parliamentary Caucus earlier this week held a meeting at State House in Entebbe. And the government chief whip, Hamson Obua, told the press that President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni emphasized the importance of seeking leadership through godly and morally upright means. Obua noted that the president urged all Ugandans, particularly members of the NRM vying for leadership, to ground their ambitions in principles of honesty, trust, and repentance.
Caucus meeting, in the keynote address by His Excellency the President and the National Chairperson of NRM, he appealed or advised Ugandans in general and members of the NRM in particular who are aspiring to lead to always seek for success through godly ways and to allow their actions to be based on honesty, trust, and repentance. On the outcome of the recently concluded NRM party primaries, the NRM Parliamentary Caucus resolved to wait for the NRM Disputes Tribunal to conclude all petitions before them, and thereafter convene a meeting of the NRM Parliamentary Caucus to discuss salient issues in regard to primaries and come out with way forward. I submit. Yeah. Yes.
And in more news from this week, tension remains high in Lira district after former State Minister for Housing, Sam Engola, rejected the outcome of the NRM chairperson elections in which he lost to district woman MP Agnes Linda Auma. These are the details.
The election, already marred by two previous cancellations due to violence and irregularities, was once again thrown into the spotlight as chaos erupted even before a single vote was cast.
Wait until we verify you. If you use force, I will delay you out, I will leave you out. Don't talk.
The process began around 11 a.m. at Itech Sub-County with the verification of delegates. What should have taken minutes stretched into 2 hours as heated arguments and accusations of double-dealing cropped in. At the height of the commotion, a woman was stripped naked in full view of the public, accused of taking bribes from both candidates. Others narrowly escaped mob justice as security swiftly intervened. Despite the fracas, order was eventually restored. Candidates Sam Engola and Agnes Linda Auma were called to stand before the crowd before the delegates were summoned to line behind their preferred choices. Agnes Linda Auma was declared winner with 188 votes, beating Engola, who garnered 155 votes.
Strengthen the unity and also give opportunity for others to join. As they join, because of what they're seeing in the party, they will also embrace the party. So I want Lira district to be a role model, and this is why they have extended this election 3 times, but I still won, because the message I gave was not.
And furthermore, from this week, the former Ugandan ambassador to Egypt and the Middle East, His Excellency Richard Angalia, was laid to rest at his ancestral home in Olevu village, Nyadri sub-county, Maracha district. Ambassador Angalia died in a motorcycle accident near Abi Farm in Arua City after a head-on collision with another motorcycle.
Region following the news of Ambassador Angalia's sudden death. He was returning home to Maracha from Terego when the fatal crash occurred at Abizadi, dying on the spot.
I've known people in government, when they retire, they go with their vehicles, they even go with some of the government assets. But would my brother die on a motorcycle?
You gave me 200,000 when I came to you 2016. It was for vote protection. Matters we lost that time, but I could never forget.
I love you so much, Richard. We should have had a meeting next week so that we go to UNHCR so that you can supply the wood fuel. It's not that some of us left, Richard. We wrote letters to the president. I met the Minister for Foreign Affairs. We met the Minister of State Foreign Affairs. I went to meet Otafire so that my brother could be reinstated. I did what I could do. Yet we have ministers in this region.
In a condolence message delivered by the NRM Director of Finance, Hajat Medina Naham, President Yoweri Museveni described the late ambassador as a patriot.
I want to commiserate with the people of Maracha and the NRM party upon the loss of a dedicated and patriotic leader. Ambassador Angalia understood the true role of leadership. I salute his contribution to the development and socio-economic transformation of Uganda. He has departed from us after distinguished service to this country. All of those who are associated with him must be proud of his memory, and the sense of bereavement which you feel now should not be diminished. His great achievements must continue. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda.
The President also urged the people of Maracha to support government development programs. The late His Excellency Richard Angalia served as Uganda's ambassador to Egypt and the Middle East. In 2015, he resigned to contest for Member of Parliament in Maracha County, but lost to the current MP Dennis Oguzuli. He had also contested in 2011 and in 2021, losing to former Minister Alex Onjima and Ruth Lematia, respectively. At the time of his death, Ambassador Angalia was a prominent farmer in West Nile and also served as a lecturer. Joseph Fonama, UBC News.
I need my own identity. I cannot live under someone else's shadow. These were the words of Nzaire Cedric Kaguta, a contender for the NRM vice chairperson position for Western Uganda.
Thank you, Mugoya.
3 decades ago, shortly after completing university, Nzaire Kaguta joined active politics, serving as NRM chairperson for Chirihura district for 20 years.
Now, I resigned recently. Another person has taken over. That's how we do cadre identification and placement.
Being a brother to President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is an inescapable part of Zaire's personal and political story.
President Museveni, I'm lucky that I was born from the family of my father, Kaguta family. President Museveni is for everyone. I cannot claim him that is my brother. No, he's a brother for everyone.
The whole Uganda.
The whole Uganda is a leader. So the person I can claim is General Salim Saleh. I claim that one with confidence and with authority. And Toyota is also my dad. And others, I have many brothers.
When asked if his political rise is linked to support from influential family figures like General Salim Saleh, Nzaire emphasized the Kaguta family's role in Uganda's liberation struggle and the fight against corruption, impunity and bad governance.
Being their brother would say that is enough, but it's not enough. I need my own identity. When they took over power in 1986, our president made a statement. He said it's not me a change of guard, it's a fundamental change. And indeed it was a fundamental change. And those changes can be seen where president's brother is here and the whole restaurant is not surrounded by soldiers. Soldiers were disciplined. You find a soldier here, you abuse him. In fact, now it's civilian against soldiers. To the infrastructure. By 86, usually the president tells us there were so many kilometers, like 2,000 kilometers. Now they are like this.
There are people who are outside there saying that no, that family has actually taken a lot of money from Ugandans. What do you have to say to such people and such minds?
Yes, that's in politics, even in leadership, you cannot run away from data. Because politics itself is a data game.
Yeah.
So, but Ugandans are watching. If maybe our president has been corrupt or misusing government resources, they wouldn't be voting him now and again, several times. They wouldn't be putting him, they wouldn't be having trust in him. So that is just propaganda. And of course, in politics, you have to accept. But what justifies it is what you do, you know. Rumors can come, people can lie, but if they find Mr. Mugoya, they say he has stolen this property is his, first more is his, and they go and check in companies register.
It is a different case. Zaire also condemned political intolerance.
We disagree or agree, but we are all Ugandans. That's the most important thing. I can disagree with you, Mugoya, but it doesn't mean I have to kill you. I have to plan evil things against you. No. Politically, we disagree.
Yeah?
Recently, I was giving...
Not only Uganda, even elsewhere.
Recently, I was giving an example that Honorable Chagurani sent him Bob Wayne. This is my personal friend. Because we used to hang out together, we used to know each other. So politics cannot separate us. Even if I meet him here, I would greet him.
So I believe you have been listening to the message from the opposition members, especially you've talked about Bobi Wine and so on. Where do you think they are right and where do you think they are wrong?
They are right in having different ideology. They are
right there.
They are right there. But they are wrong when they address those ideology in a wrong forum.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. You can have a message, but you send it with the wrong messenger.
He now seeks to further the NRM ideology by contesting Dr. Baryomonsi's seat as vice chairperson for Western Uganda.
Since we voted him in that office, we as from Western region, we have never seen him again. So that's why I'm saying, me, I'm free. I don't have another job. He's an MP, he's a minister, he's a SEC member. That is enough for him. You can just occupy those three offices. they make him busy because Monday is in cabinet. Tuesday is... when is he going to have time for us?
More than 20,000 delegates will convene at the end of August 2025 to elect new party leaders across several positions, including members of the Central Executive Committee.
NRM has done the rest, but the level of arrogance, the level of impunity, the level of corruption, those are things we are fighting for. Another thing, we want also when we come there, we bring good ideas where we can ask SEC to marry the public service with the party. Because they are saying party manifesto of the party is being implemented by public service.
Yeah, yeah.
And public servants are saying are non-partisan. Then when we go in the field, after killing everything, we go to do post-mortem. So we want when we go in SEC, we bring such ideas. We need to make health insurance for our members. At least we start with chairpersons level, chairpersons of the district. They get the health insurance. Then the women, there are many single mothers outside there. President has good plans for them.
Daniel Mugoya, UBC News.
Let us go to...
Well, thank you very much, Daniel Mugoya, for that in-depth piece. Now, as Uganda gears up for the 2026 general elections, border riders and citizens have been urged to avoid political unrest and embrace government development programs to escape poverty. We have more details on this report.
Border riders and the general public have been urged to stay clear of disruptive political activities, protests and scandals. This is the stand by the National United Border Riders Cooperative Union, UNIU, in partnership with the NRM Youth High Command and Secure Recruitment Services. Moses Karamaji Guma stated that the initiative is part of a broader campaign to mobilize youth around the NRM's development agenda ahead of the 2026 elections. He urged young people to uplift their livelihoods by leveraging existing government programs.
We are here because we are trying to add a brick to the president's drive. The president's policy and prosperity for everyone. Recently, the president just concluded the PDM campaign around the country. And we have gotten investors who are willing to also add a brick on that. We want an environment where all Ugandans can manage anything, any basic requirement for their homes.
As part of the drive, the National United Border Riders Cooperative Union, UNIU, has unveiled a motorcycle loan scheme aimed at economically empowering riders.
Like the union is a group that is empowering people. You just bring 100,000, you get a border that you pay slowly by slowly until you own it.
The 2-year repayment model allows beneficiaries to gradually own their motorcycles, fostering financial independence and improved incomes.
Riders face a number of problems, and one of them is most of the bikes they ride are borrowed. They ride these bikes for Abagaga. So at the union, we are giving the borders bikes at affordable rates. For example, we are working together with Spyro and we are giving out EV bikes. Those are electric bikes. Someone simply needs to pay 100,000 initial deposit and you get a bike which you will pay for weekly 60,000 shillings.
The program also includes the introduction of electric bikes, an effort expected to reduce harmful emissions and promote environmental conservation.
System egenda ekyuka mpola mpola obutonde bw'ensi abantu babadde tulwala ebikaka ebyo bifuwa omukabwe kwegamba ebyo byetaaga bive mu system muzeeyo engeri gy'abadde abyogerako ng'agamba twetaaga EV zino piki ez'amasannyalaze okuba nga zikola mu ggwanga wano so tukituukiriza okulaba nti zijja tuyambako tugendeera okufa badde tufa nnyo olw'omukka ogwo naye nga tetumanyi.
National United Border Riders Cooperative Union targets to distribute over 10,000 electric motorcycles under the loan scheme by the end of this year. Amai Vanjuko for UBC.
Any more news from this week? The NRM Tribunal has commenced hearings into over 400 petitions filed by aggrieved parliamentary aspirants from various constituencies across Uganda. The tribunal will conclude its handling of parliamentary-related petitions in 2 weeks and with outcomes expected from its 8 hearing panels. These are the details.
One of the petitions involves Professor Wilbur Ahebwa, the NRM flag bearer for Nakaseke North. He is being challenged by 2 former contenders, Nabimanya Julius and incumbent MP Nyongere Enoch. Professor Ahebwa emerged winner in the primaries with 5,871 votes, that is 49.5%, defeating Nabimanya, who polled 326 votes, that is 2.7%, and Nyongere with 3,890 votes, that is 32.8%.
North who supported us. But then our opponents did not accept defeat, so they decided to petition in the NRM Tribunal. I'm happy that yes, we have got 2 petitions, one from Honorable Nyongore and another from Mr. Nabimanya Julius.
In Tungamo District's Rushenyi constituency, Nyongoze Herbert has petitioned the tribunal contesting the victory of Naomi Kabasharira.
We have also shown the cases where Naomi agents were giving out money, specifically like in Rubale Town Council, by the Sendugwas, Rugarama, Alex Kabayenga was the main chief financial for giving out money so that they can vote now. But I want to take this opportunity to thank you, all of you, the people of Rushenyi. Thank you very much for voting Nyongozi. We are going to tell you whatever will come out in these 7 days.
Twatujaha aha tribunal eyi abantu bashatu bahababire Kenneth Mushana Muhanji, Deus Muhwezi, Neriakimu Atumanya. Bakugira ngo obururu bukinga abanyakajara kamwaye muri mukare obururu nwibwa obururu kamwadire je obururu mwe bari munonga kutera jakaruru ka rukundo hasa kandi mugumena rukundo ejo nyewe tine hundu kumanya hakaruru kibirwe kandi ha tribunal ekirundi twatwina na evidence na videos amasomo agizire kakayamba byona twabitayo.
Meanwhile, in Bukwa District, Chelengat Tete, Evelyn, another flag bearer, has also been summoned to appear before the tribunal this week.
With my lawyers, what we presented is really the true image on the ground, because there were few issues. In Bukwa, elections were free and fair, except some two parishes where the perpetrators were caught and by the police and the NRM office, and as we talk, they have been arrested and everything is there, and I'm happy with the NRM office because they have cancelled those results.
Deborah is my name. I've been a candidate for Member of Parliament in Arua City Central Division. We had elections in Arua City. The elections were, it was a scam. The election was basically characterized by violence and tampering of results on the DIRA forms, especially in Kenya Ward. The DIRA forms were tampered with. What they will do, they make people line, they count the one of my opponent. When it comes to my time, they start beating people.
All petition outcomes will be communicated to petitioners and respondents via email, WhatsApp, and in person, depending on the recipient's preferred mode of delivery. Physical copies will be available at the NRM Tribunal offices located on Plot 30, Chadondo Road.
And furthermore, from this week, the NRM Tribunal has commenced hearings into over 400 petitions filed by aggrieved parliamentary aspirants from various constituencies across Uganda. The tribunal will conclude its handling of parliamentary-related petitions in just 2 weeks, with outcomes expected from its 8 hearing panels.
Isaac Mwesigwa, the director, Rise and Shine High School, has emphasized about the importance of dressing appropriately and being mindful of their appearance in certain occasions.
Are performing the way we are performing, because for us what they are calling the new curriculum
it has been our curriculum from the beginning of this institution. Because what then are you teaching if the education is not centered on the ladder? It seemed as if the teachers would do 80% of the work and the child just reproduces it. For us, this is what we've been doing all along. So indeed, it's the standard of teaching in this institution, and it must be going forward. Because the world has a plan for Africa. What is Africa's plan for the world?
Babile Faith, the Minister of Education and Sports in Mukono District, highlighted the importance of nurturing future leaders, innovators and educators.
There is a lot of freedom of expression in our children. Hope you see that. When they start to speak, they have that high self-esteem. Every time we come here, you find them running all the businesses without even close supervision of teachers. They receive us, they greet us, they direct us here, they entertain us. You've seen them in the catering department. That's your children serving us food.
Nyawera Anna Maria, the incoming president, Rise and Shine High School, urged students to embrace leadership, skilling and innovation in their communities.
I'm not only glad that I've been able to make it to this level or to this extent that I've reached, but I also want to give thanks to my parents, my teachers that have been there.
Parents have expressed gratitude to the school administrators for laying foundation excellent future for their students.
Well, we do beg your pardon. That was a story where students have been told about the importance of dressing appropriately and being mindful of their appearance as it can reflect one's intentions, values, and respect. Thank you, Benon Mukwaya, for that story. Now, in other news from this week, a formatter at St. Chizito Minor Seminary, Father Alex Chizito, has called upon children to embrace leadership at a tender age, drawing reflections from major officials in the country, saying that he was officiating an inauguration and handover ceremony at St. Marcelino Academy, Matuga, as Benon Mukwaya reports again.
Officiating this ceremony, Father Alex Chimpi called on Marcelinians to embrace leadership at a tender age, reiterating that major offices in Uganda are a result of nurturing young leaders at a tender age.
Leaders are born and they are formed. So now, this is a golden opportunity for you to grow as a leader.
The head of school at St. Marcelino Academy, Robert Semakula, tasked the new cabinet to reflect exemplariness to their colleagues, emphasizing the need for them to set a positive tone for the entire students' body.
Have to be an example. Our Reverend Father talked about it. Have a duty to identify, and after identifying, nurture the talents and skills of our children.
Meanwhile, the chairman electoral commission at St. Marcelino Academy, Mbode Henry Innocent, appealed to parents to refrain from discussing politics that happens at school in a negative perspective.
If the parent who is supposed to give support to those who have not attained victory are the ones at the back of the children, feeding them how the whole process was unjust, yet they were not present. Others even put tally centers in their homes, and they started declaring their own children as winners, and they were calling the Abakama, querying his results. And I was also wondering whether they had a drone monitoring the electoral process.
At the ceremony, Maria Sumpta, the outgoing head prefect, handed over power to Lubega Shibra Hanim, marking the beginning of a new era in students' leadership.
I've been sent here to hand over my post to the incoming head prefect of 2025 to 2026.
Hanim, the new head prefect, gave remarks to the congregation, stating a new energy in the students' leadership.
Appreciating the Almighty Allah for His grace upon our lives and for this day He has made.
By nurturing young leaders and promoting values of responsibility, fairness and transparency, St. Marcelino Academy is playing a vital role in shaping the future of Uganda. Benon Mokwaya, UBC News.
And in more news from this week, Uganda's vibrant music scene is giving a rise to growing demand for sound engineering and music production services. Sound engineering technicians can pursue various roles, including mixing engineering, live sound technician, studio technician, music producers, among others. Now, Edgar Mukama, a newly graduated sound engineer and music producer, narrates what it means to work and bring to shape people's talents in the music industry.
With the rise of local recording studios and music production schools, aspiring sound engineers and music producers are finding opportunities to sharpen their craftsmanship. In a momentous occasion that showcased the power of dedication and passion, one of the newly commissioned sound production engineers, Edgar Mukama, says he has come to shake the employment waves for many youth with ambitions of making it through creative art.
Oh yes, I've been fortunate enough to be a sound engineer and a mixing engineer and studio engineer as well for a session that had Nigerian artists like Thames, Odumodu Black, and I was excited to be in such an environment. I've been fortunate enough to be in music environments with artists like Burna Boy, and I am bringing all this exposure with me here in Uganda, and obviously here in Uganda I've worked with some amazing people.
Edgar Mukama says survival skills for many youths are still a nightmare, and his degree in sound engineering and music production is to transform many lives.
At the moment, my plans are to try and bring back this knowledge back home, to try and facilitate the young creatives. I know there are people out there who don't have this opportunity that I have, but through me, I can give them the same opportunity, obviously, through the knowledge I acquired.
Activist at World Animal Protection, Edith Kabesime, said parents have a cardinal role of identifying and guiding their children with such skills and talents during their childhood.
Because as a baby, Edgar loved dancing, Edgar loved, I think he was born a creative. So it's like by the time he turned 15, I was seeing a fine artist. But then all of a sudden, at age 19, 20, Edgar went into music when he decided to go for a sound engineering certificate at Artfield. He finally enrolled for a 3-year degree at Middlesex University.
The performing artist's craft is one of those talents earning a livelihood to many Ugandan youths, and coming on board another sound engineer and music producer is a great testament to creating employment to many Ugandans.
In a move aimed at boosting livelihoods in Kampala, the Cababand Foundation has extended startup capital to residents of Chisenyi 1, Chisenyi 2 and Owino Market. While handing over this support, Kampala Minister Hajat Misa Kabanda encouraged beneficiaries to use the funds wisely to improve their businesses and incomes. She also rallied the locals to continue supporting the NRM government in the upcoming elections, saying that its leadership has been instrumental in promoting developmental programs across the city. Residents appreciated this gesture, calling it a timely boost for their economic recovery.
Senator Parish, today I'm meeting my people, my own people. But this is on behalf of Cababand Foundation. This is not the first time that we're distributing such things. Cababand Foundation does so many things. Starts with bursaries and scholarships in some schools and universities. Then secondly, we also give out chicks to those who can feed them. We start with 50 chicks, then afterwards we can add on. Then we have medical camps. Medical camps are also free medical camps. Tomorrow we are in Chisenyi 3 with our medical camp. So I encourage each and every person to come and join us in Chisenyi 3. This is Chisenyi 3. We also offer skilling programs, and we also give out small-scale things. We encourage them to get sewing machines, popcorn machines, and so many other things, depending on what you are doing. We don't give money, but that one depends on what you are doing, and we offer that one. If you're a chapati maker, we give you a sigiri and a cooking stove and a frying pan and cooking oil and baking flour to do what you want to do. So I'm so grateful today that I've managed to give out 500 to 500 people. I encourage each and everybody to support Hajati Mr. Kabanda because she's a hardworking woman, cooperative woman, and she knows what she's doing. She's been tested as the Minister for Kampala Metropolitan.
And in more news, the Senior Presidential Advisor on Elderly Affairs, Charity Kakuhichire, representing the President, has officially launched the Rwenzori NRM Mobilizers Group during an event held at Nachivobo Blue Primary School. The group is expected to spearhead public awareness campaigns across various regions of Uganda, encouraging citizens to rally behind the national resistance movement in the lead up to the 2026 general elections, while promoting peace and national security. Let's take a look.
Representing the President, Senior Presidential Advisor on Elderly Affairs, Charity Kakuhichire, emphasized the importance of electing visionary and eligible leaders. She called on Ugandans to show unwavering support for candidates who have the country's development at heart.
That is now launched and open, where, as you said, you got it that you are moving. Move out, go and mobilize and make sure NRM is safe. The fact that you call yourself Rwenzori Pressure Group, that means the pressure should be given that side of Rwenzori.
Formed a pressure group, NRM pressure group, to educate our youth. So we wanted to come and introduce it from here, so that when we go back, we are going to educate the youth to leave the bad groups.
Especially in these coming elections.
The Rwenzori NRM Mobilizers Pressure Group is primarily focused on youth engagement and fostering unity through peaceful mobilization ahead of the polls.
Things when we finish the launching today, we are going to go every region. What we are going to every region to do, only to preach the peace and unity, and to pray together with all regions, because we are going into elections.
The group, which attracted members from various regions of the country, aimed to mobilize youth nationwide in full support of President Museveni ahead of the 2026 elections.
And in more news from this week, parents have been urged to nurture and promote the talents and skills for their children. The appeal was made by Dr. Jonathan Mujenyi from the Uganda Curriculum Development Center during the 2025 edition of the annual MDD Festival hosted at Seta High School Green Campus.
A vibrant celebration of creativity and expression was alive with color, energy, and artistic performances. And this year's theme, Climate Change, was powerfully brought to life through song, dance, and theatrical acts that highlighted the urgent threat of environmental degradation.
Basically promoting culture, promoting our talents, and most important, being advocates for environment, because our major theme has been on climate change. So we are using music, dance, and drama to create awareness on climate change and the need to preserve our environment.
The day is environmental awareness. There is a lot of pollution, people destructing our natural environment. So that was the theme. It was picked to create awareness among the students' community and the parents at large.
The MDD Festival forms part of co-curricular learning activities aimed at enhancing students' creativity, building their confidence, and providing a platform to showcase young talent.
We all came to show our talents. It helped us. It was a nice experience during all the training and stuff. So mainly the theme of our dance was all about environmental protection and environmental safety.
With support from sponsors such as Indomie, students were recognized and awarded for their outstanding performances. The overall winning group received not only trophies, but also a ball symbolizing the high value placed on creativity and talent in the community.
CRS, social responsibility to the community, we come out to help support in development of talents as Indomie Start Noodles Uganda. And today we gave out some hampers to the best performers of the event. They will be given, as you will see.
Talents. Then one thing that has helped me to win this MDD, though last time we were the last, but this time we managed to be the best. It has been determination. You know, last time I was so hurt when we were the last. Then this time I said, okay, I'm going to win. Come rain, come sunshine.
Dr. Mugenyi emphasized the importance of parental support, stating that early identification and nurturing of talents are crucial for young people to thrive and use their skills as a source of livelihood.
It's very clear, the Ministry of Education, it's very clear that we engage these children in a variety of modes. These kids have gone all around the world and they are selling our name very expensively. It is because of their talent. So we are categorizing all these talents into learning units and we put them on the syllabus.
Students who participated described the festival as both inspiring and empowering, expressing hope that it will serve as a springboard for great opportunities in their future. Sada Mubale, UBC News, Kampala.
And in more news, youth have been urged to make good use of startup items provided to them as a means of escaping poverty. These remarks were made by Faizo Ndase, the coordinator of the Youth Wealth Creation Program under the leadership of State House Comptroller Jen Bareche during an event held at Nachivubo Blue Grounds. Now, while handing over these startup items, Ndase emphasized the importance of utilizing the tools effectively to engage in income-generating activities. He also noted that the initiative aims to empower young people and support their efforts in building sustainable livelihoods.
From a State House directed to help people, to give them for small-scale businesses, to give them small capital. So we are here today by closing Kampala Central. We are giving now out of 300 people to give them items like cooking oils, these small businesses items to help people. And now in Kampala, we have helped, since 2022, we have helped 10,000 people in around Kampala. So since 2022, we are here by helping people, especially youth, to give them capitals. So I advise the youth to work hard.
Pastor Wilson Bugembe at 20 in Uganda Kusaraya. Do you remember this? How about this? And this one? Join Pastor Will B as he celebrates 20 years of great ministry, worship, praise, and holy entertainment. On the 8th of August at Campus Arena Hotel. Interest is 150K and the table of 8 goes for 3 million. Alibaba tickets available at 120K on MomoPay. Dial *165*20#. You can also find them at Worship House Nasana, Papa Sport Machindi, and Serena Hotel. For booking, call 0760-333-132. Sponsored by Victoria University, Phenon Records, Next Media, Pepsi, QC Restaurant, Massey Christian School, Success Motors, and MTN.
From the day your child is born, you want to protect them. You want to protect them from the harm you know and the things your eyes can see. Protect them from falls when they are playing and as they are learning the world. But what protects them from the things your eyes can't see? Diseases attacking their bodies. Immunization from as early as birth, 6 weeks, 10, 14 weeks, to 9 and 18 months. and malaria starting at 6, 7, 8 to 18 months. Protects children from diseases, giving them the foundation they need to grow stronger and healthier.
Parents and caregivers, remember to immunize your children 9 times from birth to 18 months to protect them against vaccine-preventable diseases such as measles, rubella, polio, pneumonia, hepatitis B, tuberculosis, tetanus, meningitis, yellow fever, diarrhea, whooping cough, diphtheria, and malaria. All vaccines used for immunization are safe, effective, and free. This message is from the Ministry of Health with support from UNICEF, WHO, and partners.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the rider selection campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Welcome back from that short break. You're still watching the UBC Weekly News Roundup edition, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. We're also streaming, by the way, on YouTube under the name score UBC TV Uganda, and also on TikTok. You could follow me on Wadulo Arnold Mark. You will still be able to catch me live. Minister for Local Government Raphael Majezi has advised Rotary clubs to always work closely and partner with government in their services to communities. This was while he was launching the Rotary Club of Rubirizi at Residence Gardens, Nyakabwari, Rubirizi District. Let's have a look at the details.
Minister Majezi says Rotary clubs have done much in the country through services like planting trees and helping the needy, but requests they should always engage local leaders in the communities of their operation.
I want to invite you, Rotarian President Frank, to look at partnership with the local government in terms of what you want to do in environment, and I believe you'll do it, in education, and that is your focus, I know, in maternal child health, which is the priority of our governor for this year. A lot is being done, a lot has funding under decentralization with the local government. Please reach out to them, work with them, whether it's at a sub-county level or at a district level. It's not good to see people planting trees everywhere without involving the local councillors.
At the same event, the president of Rotary Club of Rubirizi, Francis Mujuni, was decorated, given tools of power.
The president, fully installed as the president, other instruments of power, the gong, and the bell will be handed over at a later opportunity.
While addressing the gathering, Mujuni says much emphasis shall be put on the environment through planting of trees and supporting the tourism sector in Rubirizi.
Specifically, 3 areas: peace building. In peace building and conflict prevention, we shall work with the Worldwide Fund and the Katara women to plant multi-sensory trees to keep away animals which keep coming into people's homes and destroying their gardens. Under maternal child health, we have decided to continue to support the work started by our mother club, Bunga, at Chenza Health Center 3, and to consolidate their effort. Under environmental protection, we are going to plant trees for beauty, climate change mitigation, and promotion of tourism with our greening the highway project.
District Governor Christine Cheyoneka congratulated Rubirizi District upon this milestone of a new Rotary Club and called upon members to attract members to serve better. Rubirizi Club members were given certificates of appreciation, among others.
Well, thank you very much for tuning in for the weekly news roundup edition of the UBC Lunchtime News. My name is Wadulo Arnold Mark, and from the team, allow us to remind you that this afternoon we're going to be airing the African Cup of Nations games starting at 3 p.m., 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. All live action here on UBC TV with mighty Peter Otai. And also do remember that I am styled by La Vie Boutique, located on Grand Imperial Hotel, shop number 6 and 8, adjacent to Bank of Uganda.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.